Hi, this is Loris, my dog. We just returned from a long walk in the woods, and we've had a brilliant idea. Eh, uh, some of you might know that I have a new book coming out in a few days. The title is The Miracle of Belpoggio. And I was thinking if I put on the back cover of the book some comments, some reviews written by people that have read my previous books. And so I went to search online, and this is what I found. Dario's an irritating Tuscan douchebag. He's snotty and actually offensive. His books are crap and boring. I hope that he doesn't think his books are going to increase his business. Save your money and time in reading them. If you do, you may think Italy and its people aren't as gracious and welcoming as they really are. The author is an appalling, arrogant letdown. His stories are flat, insipid, condescending, arrogant, and leave me with a question of, so what? Just skip this poor excuse for a book. I've read many travel books, and until now I've found something enjoyable in each. Not in his. He's one of those people that talks only about themselves, and if they mention anyone else, it's only in a negative context to further point out their superiority. His books are Chinese water torture, full of rude complaints, no humour, very little information of interest about Tuscany, a bin full of garbage. The only redeeming feature of his books is the warning it provides to people seeking a tour guide in Tuscany. Avoid him. His books are a major letdown. The encounters he talks about are neither odd, unusual, nor amusing enough to make his books worthwhile. The writing was sadly not compelling, and I never found the good parts. When a student asked one of my colleagues why I had given him an F on a paper, the colleague replied, "Only because the college won't allow me to give you an H, so I give this book a 1 star only because Amazon.com doesn't allow a -5 star. That doesn't sound too good either, does it? I can't imagine spending an hour, let alone a week, with Dario Castagno. It's getting worse, isn't it? His conceit and arrogance are monumental. I bought one of his books and read it in one evening. That's good. Oh, but here it says that the next morning, so that nobody else would find it, I wrapped it in an old newspaper, sealed it securely with my last bit of invisible tape, and carried it to the street where I found a trash can to leave it. He's an uncultured, ignorant buffoon, a moron, a badass motherfucking sucker. And I'll certainly not waste my time or money reading or buying anything else he authors. It's getting worse. I'll be in Tuscany in 2 weeks. I will not judge Italian people by this jerk. He needs a reality check. The books aren't even funny. He's a bully. Don't look for good writing in his books. You won't find any. Castagno favours taking cheap shots at people who have paid him to be their guide. Just we all want to do, right? Pay some guy to make fun of us and read about what fools we are. I found his tales of juvenile delinquency, breaking into houses in the countryside and treating them as his own, more than a little off-putting. He writes about it quite cavalierly. That sounds good. Oh, but then it says, claiming boredom and having a good time with friends. In America, we call that breaking and entering, and people usually go to jail for it. I really disliked his books and recommend that you look elsewhere for insights into the tour guide business. The writing is sophomoric. I don't even know what that means. When describing his impressions of people and their adventures, he leaves the impression of a smart aleck who gets his kicks from mocking people. This one in particular was a dull slog. Maybe I'll have a better chance with the last one here. Maybe not. In brief, he must be a very unhappy and unpleasant human being that suffers from severe brain damage. If so, he needs help. If not, he's a nasty, lousy piece of revolting shit. You know what? I just leave a blank page. Sorry about that.